So, buddy, I know you're only a 5-year-old, but I want to know, what do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a streamer.
Me too, buddy. Let me guess, like Kai Cenat, right?
No, like Neon.
When I was growing up, content creation seemed like the absolute life of luxury. Like, it was such simple times back then. People like Skyda's Minecraft. Yo, what a sad demise that guy had, by the way. Rip to his life. Vanoss, Jacksepticeye, real ones watch the Happy Wheel series. These were all just creators that, on the surface, were just normal dudes making money off their daily lives and hobbies. And it was mind-blowing to see how activities that are so common could turn people rich. However, fast forward to the present day, and we've witnessed a landscape of content creation take a wild shift to a goddamn Michael Bay movie. Like, fire content has gone from, hey guys, it's Cool Kid 23 here, back at it again with another Minecraft mod pack review, to fucking explosions, fights, tits. And I'm not saying it's all bad, because the moves that certain creators are making have arguably made content creation more mainstream than it already was, and for damn sure a more respectable profession. Like, remember back in the day when content creators were told to get real jobs because no one saw the field in the same way they saw rappers, for example? Well, now rappers are becoming streamers.
This is my alter ego.
I need the max win.
Like, I'm not trying to say what I used to watch back in the day was miles superior content-wise, because the people I used to watch back in the day either turned out to be sociopaths, pedophiles, or both. So it's not the content change that's my issue, but more so the types of creators we're seeing nowadays. This new wave of creators is just corny as hell. It's full of wannabe thugs or people trying to rage bait and abuse shock value to get people's attention. The Jake Paul method, as I deem it. Side tangent real quick. I don't like Jake Paul, but he's really the smartest influencer in history when you think about it. Like, he did his best to make himself as hateable as possible, then became a boxer so people could pay to see him potentially get dropped off and humiliated. He's a genius! And it's conflicting for me because I want to like these people, because streamers can produce some of the craziest content I've seen. Like, the AMP House Wars was so stupid, but it was so entertaining. But it can also produce shit like the new kick wave that's taken over. These inbreed specifically. So enough with the yapping, as you mush brain TikTok kids would call it. Here are a couple reasons why I think the new wave of streaming is hot garbage.
Porn? Bro. What do y'all want to watch on porn?
So we all know that intellect levels are dropping amongst children. Like, it's been documented that Gen Alpha's reading and math comprehension skills this year are the lowest they've been in decades. And the straw that broke the camel's back has definitely been the pandemic, simply due to the fact that these kids aren't focused on school anymore and spend more time online on their iPads watching dog shit. Like, I've been a kid doing pandemic learning. I probably did a total of 3 full hours of studying during the entirety of my 11th year because it just wasn't necessary. I had Google and Trios on Apex to run, but at least when I was doing it, it was at an age where I was past my core years of learning and could not be so easily influenced. But these kids, on the other hand, you can tell what their lack of discipline in TikTok has done to their brains, because we're in a time where skibbity toilet and content like this.
Take your CR, take your Kiki. Ice cream so good. It was you, Max, Pop, amazing.
I'm waiting for the day that a kid tries pressing me IRL, bro. No one's fucking touching me, I'm untouchable.
Hey yo, what the What? Little bro, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, bro? Yeah.
This kind of shit is thriving, and I'm seeing a lot that Gen Z is already deemed the most entitled, demotivated, and disrespectful generation of people to work with. I can't imagine what things are going to be said about Gen Alpha when they're older if they keep watching people like Neon or Jack Doherty. And you may think I'm overreacting, but this has already been documented. We've seen what streaming has done to children's minds. Ain't that right, Sneeko?
What did you take? Fuck the woman, fuck the woman.
What?
Okay,
Yeah, man. Preach.
This is the face of a man who's realized he's ruined millions of children. Cause like I said before, you're the average of the 5 creators you watch the most online. And this quote used to be about people you hang out with, but most kids spend more time online than they do with people, so. And the fact that these kids are chronically addicted to watching dog shit like this, you know, with the fucking Minecraft gameplay underneath because they can't pay attention to one thing for no longer than 5 seconds, you can't help but pray the world doesn't go up in flames in the next 10 years. And again, I'm not acting like my era of content was much better. I was 13 years old watching iDub speak on racial politics. Yeah, that's the equivalent to listening to Aiden Ross debate anything. But at least in my day, the majority of the biggest creators back in the early 2010s were at least a little more mindful of the fact that their audience was full of children. Whereas nowadays, these Cro-Magnons, they don't give a shit whether or not what they're saying or doing has significance. They just want their bag. And this broccoli-headed Punani is probably the worst offender. This guy is low bro energy personified. Like, for anyone who somehow hasn't heard of him yet, 98% of this guy's content is pretty much him trying to push people's buttons in public, then hiding behind the security guards and taunting the person like they're scared of him. It's like pre-baptism Gideon if he was a failed abortion. Like, it's all just like very annoying behavior. Like, I don't know who finds this funny. And the rabbit hole goes deeper. Like, this kid is one of the most interesting specimens I've ever come across. It's amazing how he's wormed his way up to being one of the bigger streamers right now. To start off, he's a pimp for all these girls he features on stream. They're there to promote their OnlyFans to his prepubescent fans. And the crazy part in this is not the fact that someone like this can be called a pimp, but that he has his own OnlyFans too. Dog, who is paying for this apart from Jeffrey Epstein? This kid's 20 years old, but he looks like a 12-year-old. He's also been featured on Dr. Phil for being a piece of shit.
Here's video of Jack fighting with his brother Michael after Jack took Michael's new luxury car without permission and without a license, so Jack could tape a prank.
Okay, Jack, that's enough, Jack! Michael! Jack! Hey! Stop! Stop! Michael, stop! You're scaring me, stop! Oh, stop! Ah! Stop! Film right now. Stop! Run away, run away.
We're done here.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to give him some advice, and he wants to talk rather
Jack,
than listen.
don't interrupt
He's
him
very
again,
hard to
please.
get along with. I'm sorry.
Jack.
Really, nigga?
And if you thought he couldn't get more annoying, he has a goddamn money-making course that he promotes to his legion of 13-year-olds. Like, yeah, you definitely want to be taking advice from this guy. He for sure knows what he's talking about. His tactics are priceless. You should definitely be paying that $100. Yeah, it's fucking $100.
Really, nigga?
Also, don't get me started on this walking urinal right here. He's arguably just as bad. On top of faking his own death, faking himself getting jumped, 2 huge hooker moves, by the way. Where's the self-respect? He's just such an attention whore, like to the point where he's pretty much made a name for himself as a punching bag for everyone. He'll degrade and slut himself out for any minuscule drop of clout. And I'm a part of the problem for bringing more attention to his name, but I just want to complain, bro. I'm so tired of seeing this guy in my recommended every week. Why do you kids enjoy this shit? And on top of the creators being awful, the streaming world is just so saturated to the point where it's the same shitty ideas over and over, just done by different people with slight variation at best. And I'm not saying taking inspiration is a bad thing. Like, look at me, I'm a grade A under A clone with worse posture. But like, it's quite literally word for word, bar for bar, the same ideas that get views. It's either an E-date where 20 sweaty men applied W-Riz and scream, yeah, to some OnlyFans chick. Or it's a stream where a couple of dudes walk around with a camera doing some jobless activities, but with OnlyFans girls present to keep the horny preteens watching. Or it's a stream with them meeting Cornstar. Like, it's such sorry ass shit, and damn near every big creator is on this wave. Like, ass and titties are really 90% of content nowadays. And y'all know how I feel about sexual content and OnlyFans. Just go watch any video on the effects of pornography on the brain. You'll feel as sick as I do that this stuff is being pushed as hard as it is. But honestly, hate the game, not the player. I can't even blame the streamers for abusing this meta, because they're just chasing money. The fault lies with the platforms, because they basically told everyone, because this content gets us views and our rocks off, please continue to spread this positive content on our platform. Smiley face. Like, there are girls just flat out naked, just flat out naked on Twitch, just sitting there with their boobs out, like, what? And I get it, streaming is not easy. It's highly competitive, and I understand the need to be better than your last stream, because you can only watch one live stream, and the only way people will tune in is if your show is better than everyone else. But surely there's better ideas than just, yo boys, let's get a bunch of thoughts on stream. So who would you rather take, me or Duke Dennis?
Really, nigga?
So in conclusion, I don't have a problem with streaming because the content at times is crazy good, and I don't have a problem with these people getting their money. Except these ones. But the indent these people are leaving on these kids' brains with their tired ass content makes me not want to give my kids access to technology till they're at least 18. Anyways, that's the end of my hating session. Enjoy your day.